This is The Healthy Healer, where true voice is your medicine. This is where we help doctors and other healers navigate through the challenging times by learning from the best minds in the healing industry. Laugh, cry, and be surprised. It's entertainment, education, and inspiration so you can continue to be the unique and amazing healer you were destined to be. Welcome to humanity. Welcome to The Healthy Healer with Dr. Fred.
Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Fred, and today want to talk a little bit about cognitive decline, or what some people call dementia. And it often gets labeled as Alzheimer's dementia, though it's changed over time what Alzheimer's dementia means, even from when I went to medical school. It used to be that we weren't even allowed to diagnose Alzheimer's dementia while the person was still alive. It was called senile dementia of the Alzheimer's type because you had to do a brain biopsy to actually be certain that it was Alzheimer's dementia. Neurofibrillary tangles and amyloid plaques were required, and you could only find those after the patient had passed away. But now it's such a near epidemic, the D word. When we say dementia and we are concerned about it having an Alzheimer's moment, we often joke around about that. And cognitive decline is on the rise, especially in the Western modern cultures. One of the things that our guest this week talked about was this idea of the blue zone, people where there's centenarians that live, and really looking at what do they do differently. And they don't have the cognitive decline. They have healthy 90-year-olds, and they live till past 100 years old. And what happens is that they have different lifestyles. They have different interactive patterns and different diets and nutrition and different things that they avoid in the world of toxicity. And with that, there's been fairly good studies to show that we can really eliminate or nip in the bud any kind of cognitive decline that we're now seeing in our country and in the Western cultures as early as the 40s and 50s years, when the people are turning 40 and 50 years old. This does not happen in some of the really less developed countries. So it's almost a product of developed countries. One of the things to point at, of course, is medications. And as the undoctor, I've noticed on many of my experiences in the field, especially working with geriatrics, that when I take them off their medicine, they tend to get better, sometimes way better. And this happens fairly regularly. Now, this wasn't something that the doctor, Dr. Romi, had to say much about this week because he hadn't really been in enough places where there was polypharmacy. But when I was working on the geriatric psychiatric unit, I found that nearly everybody was on multiple different medications for multiple different reasons. And as the attending physician, I was able to encourage or discourage medicine, encourage the discontinuation of medicine for a lot of my clients. And they just got impressively better just in the week or two that they would be in the hospital. They would come in all drooling and maybe on enuresis or encapresis or screaming or biting or kicking or being unable to eat or up all night. And by taking them off of some of these medicines, including some of the medicines like Aricept, Exelon, and Namenda, the medicines for dementia, I had them getting way better to the point that they were actually playing Trivial Pursuit and pushing beach balls over volleyball nets, that game that often gets played inside of the geriatric unit, talking to each other, reminiscing with their family, et cetera, and really remembering a lot of things that they had forgotten. So the impact that medication has on cognitive decline is often overlooked. What Dr. Fung brings forth, though, is a whole different approach, which it really is important adjunct, and that is having proper sleep, proper movement, and proper interactions. And then also really just taking into consideration different nutrition and different things to avoid, and really getting out there and getting those steps in and walking, and then adjunctively working with the allopathic conventional team is his approach. I invite you to really look at what's happening in your world with regard to cognitive decline. Is it yours? Or is it a family member's? How worried are you about it? I know I'm a little bit concerned about my own cognitive decline sometimes. Is it right around the corner? And what am I going to do about it? And I'm also really love taking care of people who are showing early signs of it, because I often can identify things that are doing that can be turned around and prevented, and turn around and have the cognitive decline prevented. So what's this bring up for you? feel free to comment down below. And I look forward to having future conversations with you. Thank you for being a regular listener of The Healthy Healer. It's been a pleasure. And of course, as usual, I will catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.